Hey everyone, Somi here from InPeak with an episode of our new daily minicast series. Every weekday, we bring you an angel investor, a family office, or a VC who shares their investment thesis so that you know what they're looking for. Today, we are featuring Gabriella Monico from Primary VC. They're a pre-seed, seed, Series A, and Series B investor from New York who primarily focus on B2B SaaS, healthcare, and e-commerce.
My one sentence investment thesis as a seed stage investor that really focuses in on the built world, which is climate and construction, and that typically leaves rounds there. So $1 to $6 million is that you need to find the perfect founder and the perfect market, and one without the other just doesn't work. A common trait I look in founders is grit and hustle. I think that building a startup is an extremely challenging thing to do, and it's one thing to be smart. It's another thing to be able to climb all the different mountains that you're going to have to overcome in the journey. A deal breaker for me when evaluating a startup is when it's relatively clear that the founder hasn't done enough research in the market and doesn't fully understand the dynamics or the unique dynamics of that market. And that usually comes across when they start talking about their go-to-market and the way that they're thinking about selling to their customer base. And if they don't have a full understanding of the nuances there, that's a pretty big deal breaker. A piece of advice I'd give to founder, and I think that this kind of goes back to what I said previously, is to either build in a space that you feel very connected to and have strong knowledge and connections in, or to spend a significant amount of time learning about the market you want to build in. And that doesn't mean just desktop research. That means actually getting on the phone, or even better, in person with the people that you'd ideally be serving in the startup that you build. At seed stage, it's always in the back of our mind. Is there comps here to indicate that this could be a strong public exit? Are there some great strategic acquirers that would be a good exit as well? I think that when you're evaluating at the seed stage, though, most founders aren't thinking about the acquisition strategy. They're thinking about it as an IPO. And I think that making sure that there's a big enough opportunity here where that is a feasible outcome is something that you're looking at. And a lot of that comes from the public markets too. So seeing how companies in that arena in the public markets are performing is a definitely helpful part of investing. But I would say that it's not as important at such an early stage versus downstream. I prefer founders to follow up after a pitch with an email. I think it's great when they wait 24 hours and send me a follow-up, because sometimes I'm having so many pitches in a day that I try very hard to respond to every single email I get. But getting that reminder with if I haven't sent you a follow-up in 24 to 48 hours is always very appreciated.
I hope you enjoyed today's minicast episode featuring Gabby Monico from Primary VC. Make sure to join us at InPeak.xyz, where we have daily live webinars, masterclasses, panels, and networking opportunities for founders, investors, and service providers. I also have a weekly long-form podcast where I invite some of the most amazing industry leaders that you don't want to miss. Download the Somi Aryan podcast wherever you get your podcast, or subscribe to my YouTube channel at Somi Aryan.